Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Current Affairs podcast channel. Today we are going to discussing some of very important MCQs related to Indian economy. Let's start the first question. Consider the following statements with reference to the Purchasing Managers Index PMI. So first statement, PMI is derived from qualitative questions regarding production, new orders, employment, etc. Second one, PMI figures above 50 indicates contraction in business activity. Third one, it is calculated separately for the manufacturing and service sectors, and then composite index is constructed. So which of the following statements are correct regarding Purchasing Managers Index? So Purchasing Managers Index is the private entity index. It is published by private companies. So in which what they are taking is, so questions regarding productions, how much production from past year to present year, so new orders, how orders are going, so from past month to present month, and employment, how employment growing or decreasing. So these are all are qualitative questions, not quantitative. They are not taking here numbers, they are just taking qualitative. That means is it decreasing or increasing, so like that only. So by that they provide an index. So that index is Purchasing Managers Index. So PMI figures above 50 indicates not contraction, it indicates expansion of the business activity. So if PMI figures 40, it means contraction. Above 50, that means 60, 70, 80, it indicates expansion of the business. So second statement is wrong, first statement is correct. Third one is, it is calculated separately for the manufacturing and service sectors. So it is correct. So it is separately calculated for manufacturing and also for service sectors. After that they are combined. By combining they release a composite index. So first statement, third statements are correct, second is wrong. If you see the explanation, statement 2 is incorrect. PMI is derived from qualitative data and a figure above 50 denotes expansion, not contraction. Next question. With reference to the basic customs duty, which of the following statements is correct? First one, basic customs duty is levied under the Customs Act 1962 primarily to protect domestic industries, regulate trade and generate revenue. Second one, it is calculated as a fixed amount per unit of imported goods. So which of the following statements regarding basic customs duty is correct? So if you see the first one, first statement is correct. BCD is levied under the Customs Act 1962 primarily to protect domestic industries, regulate trade and generate revenue. For example, if you see, we restrict imports from Australia regarding dairy products because Australia produces lot of dairy products. So to save Indian industries, Indian dairy products industries, we levy some basic customs duty on dairy products coming from Australia. That is called customs duty. So first statement is correct. To protect the domestic industries and regulate trade and generate revenue, we use this customs duty. Is it fixed amount? No, it is not fixed amount. It is based on percentage of value imported. So how much goods are imported to India, based on that percentage cost we use it to calculate the customs duty. It is not fixed amount. If we see the explanation, BCD is imposed under the Customs Act 1962 for protection, regulation and revenue, and it is calculated as percentage of the value of imported goods, not a fixed amount. So next question. Consider the following statements with reference to types of inflation. Headline inflation refers to the change in value of all goods in the basket. Second one, core inflation excludes food and fuel items from headline inflation. Third one, core inflation is generally more volatile than the headline inflation due to the exclusion of food and fuel items. So we know what is inflation. Inflation means increasing the cost of goods and services when compared to previous years. Same quantity of goods and services. So but now what is headline inflation? In headline inflation we consider every goods and services. So that's why it is headline inflation. In core inflation what we do? So we exclude the food and fuel items in core inflation because food and fuel are very volatile. So that's why to get accurate inflation we we exclude the food and fuel items. So then we get not accurate. We get some not any deviated, more deflected inflation. So we will get somewhat standard inflation. So core inflation excludes food and fuel items from the headline inflation. This is correct statement. So this is also correct statement. You now see the third statement, core inflation is generally more volatile. So it is wrong, because headline inflation considers both food and fuel also. That's why it is somewhat volatile, not core inflation. So this statement is incorrect. Core inflation is generally more volatile than the headline inflation. It is wrong. So due to the exclusion of food and fuel items. If you see the explanation, core inflation excludes food and fuel, making it less volatile, not more. Headline inflation includes all goods and is crucial for assessing overall price changes included in core inflation. So what we can calculate in core inflation? Core goods, for example, durable goods, household items, motor vehicles, non-durable goods like clothing, personal care products, etc. Core services, example, housing and healthcare services, education, communication services, recreation services, other services. So all are considered in core inflation. So in case of headline inflation, all are considered, and also consider food inflation and fuel inflation. So that's why headline inflation is somewhat volatile. Next question. Consider the following statements with reference to non-banking financial companies. NBFCs are registered under the Companies Act 1956 and can engage in loans, advances and acquisitions of securities issued by the government. Second one, NBFCs can accept demand deposits. Third one, deposit insurance provided by the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation is available for deposits in NBFCs. So which of the following statements regarding NBFCs are correct? So non-banking financial companies means those are mainly for giving loans and, for example, loans on property, loans on gold. So that is their main duty. So NBFCs are registered under Companies Act, this is correct, and can engage in loans, advances and acquisitions of securities issued by the government. This statement is correct. Next one, NBFCs can accept demand deposits. Is it correct or wrong? So this statement is wrong, because if NBFCs can also accept demand deposit, then it is nothing but a bank. So what differences between NBFCs and bank is, in banks we can deposit the money, but in NBFCs we can't do that one. So that's why this statement is wrong. NBFCs cannot accept demand deposit. So now see the third statement, deposit insurance provided by the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation is available. So we don't take deposit, so that's why this is also not applicable. So is available for deposits in NBFCs? No. So this is only available for general banks, not for NBFCs. So second and third statements are wrong. First statement is correct. If you see the explanation, NBFCs cannot accept demand deposits, are not part of payment and settlement system, and do not offer deposit insurance unlike banks. Next question. With reference to the Purchasing Managers Index, which of the following statements is correct? So Purchasing Managers Index is in news recently and it is very important. So that's why another question on PMI. PMI measures activity at the input stage and is different from indicators like Index of Industrial Production, which measures actual production. So as we already discussed, PMI measures activity at the input stage. So it only qualitative data, not quantitative. In case of Index of Industrial Production, it takes quantity, not quality. So PMI captures activity only in the manufacturing sector and includes informal sector activity. So this statement is also wrong, because we already discussed PMI captures both manufacturing sector and service sector, and also it not includes informal sector. PMI is only considers formal sector, not informal sector. So this statement is wrong. PMI measures input activity, unlike production indicators like IIP. It covers both manufacturing and service sectors but excludes informal sector activity. Next question. Consider the following statements. Industrial parks are specially developed economic zones that foster industrial activity and collaboration among businesses. Next one, industrial parks primarily aim to enhance manufacturing productivity and attract foreign direct investment. So which of the following statements regarding industrial parks are correct? So both the statements are correct. So what are the why are we developing industrial parks? So to foster the industrial activity and collaboration among businesses. So if you establish an industrial park, all the businesses are concentrated at that one, and it is easy to in internal transport and to get the inputs from one company to another one. So that's why industrial parks are very important. From one industry to another industry, we can easily transport inputs and outputs. So industrial parks primarily aim to enhance manufacturing productivity and attract foreign direct investment. This is also correct statement. If you see the explanation, industrial parks play a crucial role in India's economic expansion. As of August 2021, India boasts over 3,800 industrial parks, estates and special economic zones, covering approximately 4.68 lakh hectares. These areas have been mapped on the India Industrial Land Bank along with information about net land area availability. Establishing industries in India industrial parks offers several advantages. First one, infrastructure and amenities. Second one, cost savings. Third one, cluster effect. Industrial parks often specialize in specific sectors, example automotive, textiles, electronics. So companies within the same sector can collaborate, share knowledge and create a cluster effect, fostering innovation and competitiveness. Fourth one, efficient supply chain. Fifth one, regulatory benefits. Sixth one, skilled workforce. Seventh one, environmental compliance. So these are all the advantages of establishing industrial parks. Next question, which of the following best describes digital public infrastructure? So DPI, a network of physical roads connecting different regions of a country. Second one, a digital network that enables the delivery of public services and economic opportunities at scale, ensuring safety, interoperability and accessibility. Third one, a private digital platform used exclusively by corporations for internal communications. Fourth one, a system of private services used for storing confidential government data. So what is digital public infrastructure? So this is also in use. The digital public infrastructure is a network that enables the delivery of public services and economic opportunities at scale, ensuring safety, interoperability and accessibility using digital technology. So that is the main aim of the digital infrastructure, digital public infrastructure. So if you see the explanation, digital public infrastructure refers to foundational digital systems and services designed to enhance public access to socio-economic resources and improve governance. It includes components like digital identity, fast payment systems, and consent-based data sharing. 5 fundamental digital public infra categories. First one, verifiable identity and registries. Second one, data sharing, credentials, history and attributes. Third one, signatures and consent. Fourth one, discovery and fulfillment. Fifth one, payment. So all are the parts of digital public infrastructure. If you see how digital infrastructure in India, UPS system, so it is one of the part. Facilitates millions of digital transactions monthly. Aadhaar ID provides digital identity to over 1.3 billion Indians. Direct benefit transfers saves the government billions through efficient subsidy distribution. So these are all the advantages of digital infrastructure. Next question. Consider the following statement with reference to Aadhaar enabled payment systems. AEPS facilitates transactions such as cash withdrawal, fund transfer and balance inquiry using Aadhaar authentication. Second one, it allows transactions only at designated bank branches and does not support transactions through business corporations, correspondence. Third one, AEPS supports additional services like eKYC and tokenization for secure transactions and enhanced customer verification. So which of the following statements are correct about AEPS? First statement is correct. AEPS facilitates transactions such as cash withdrawal, fund transfer and balance inquiry using Aadhaar authentication. So we already know with just our Aadhaar number we can transfer the money. So it is one of the facility of the AEPS. If you see second statement, it not only for bank branches, it also for private transactions. So it allows transactions only at designated bank branches. It is wrong because It also supports transactions through business correspondence also. So this statement is wrong. Next one, AEPS supports additional services like eKYC and tokenizations for secure transactions. This is correct statement. So first and third are correct, second is wrong. AEPS supports transactions through business correspondence and includes services like cash withdrawal, fund transfer and eKYC, but does not restrict transactions to bank branches only. So this is the correct statement. Next, this is the end of today's class. Thank you very much for watching.